Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Crafting with V. If you're new here, welcome. So glad you could stop by, and if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. Today I have a coffee chat and whip, but this is kind of a special one because it's got the tag questions in it. So we are going to start doing those in just a second. I am still working on so many books, so little time. And just a second. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other camera because this one's kind of shaky anyway today. Just a second. We're going to go to the other camera. Okay. So I actually recorded this once, but I was in a hurry and it didn't turn out very well, so I decided that I would go ahead and do it again. Okay, so I had to pause that for a second. Anyway, I did this once and it didn't turn out anyway near the way that I wanted it to. I was in a hurry that day or yesterday whenever I tried to record it. So I'm going to go ahead and try it again. I got to get my little sticky note up here so I can see what the questions are. And it's a sticky note on my computer. Anyway. Lazy retired granny went ahead and tagged me in this, so I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions. The first one says, if you could be any profession, what would it be? So, to answer that question, there's not really a certain profession that I would like, but I would really like to have a job where I traveled all the time. And it would have to be traveling in a car or a vehicle like that because I would never get on a plane. So that is what I would like to do. I would like to be able to travel. Okay, and what did you actually become? I am actually a receiving clerk is actually the title. I check drivers in and out whenever they come in with their big trucks, and we get all the paperwork done so that they can get them unloaded and get all the product off of the trailers, and then I'll get their bills and everything ready so that they're ready to go. I work in a receiving and shipping warehouse. So that is my actual job. Where were you born and how did you come to be where you live now? Okay. The actual town that I was born in, I will not say on here, but I was born in Oklahoma. And that actual town, I don't remember anything about it because we had moved by the time that I was a year old. Um, what I do remember is living in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. I lived there until I was 5, and at that time I'd started kindergarten there, but my mom and dad got a divorce. So my mom moved with me and my brother back up here to Arkansas where her parents were, and she still had a sister living here and a brother. She was from a big family. So, but anyway, we moved back here to Arkansas, to the town that I still live in to this day. I have moved out of it a few towns away a couple times, but I always end up coming back here. Um, we bought a house, settled down, and this is where I have been since. What is the one moment in your life that has impacted you the most? Up until my son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I would say having children. But that, at that point, that really impacted us the most. Um, it was a big shocker, a lot of worry. He was 14 whenever he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And it whenever we took him to the hospital, he had lost a lot of weight. Um, I had just went and got him some jeans the week before we went up there, before he got sick, and they fit him just fine. By the time that we went into the hospital that day, you could see all of his ribs were showing, and he was hiding it pretty much because he had always wear a shirt in the house. But anyway, he had lost a lot of weight. He was in ketoacidosis, I think is how you pronounce it. Anyway, we spent 3 days up at Children's Hospital whenever he was first diagnosed, learning everything about it. And they were actually really great. They taught us everything that we needed to know pretty much before bringing him home, how to give him shots, how to check his blood sugar. And it took him a little bit before he was able to give himself his shots, so we had to do it for a while. But just knowing that his blood sugar could drop in the middle of the night or anything like that was really, really scary and a very big impact. Not to mention the financial impact that had, because insulin was not cheap, still isn't. But anyway, whenever we had went to get his first prescription and stuff, we were not expecting the $500 that it was going to cost us, even after insurance, to pick up all of his supplies, his test strips, his meter, his um, pins, all of that, the pin tips. So it was a big shock. And after that happened, me and Josh did not spend hardly any time away from the house, any overnight trips or anything. It was a very long time before we even did that. In fact, my oldest daughter is 2 years older than him, and she was already moved out of the house before we actually went on any overnight trips or anything again. Okay, so the next question was, how did you meet your partner, spouse, if you don't have one? Who is the most influential person in your life? Or, this is not mentioned in the video, what would your perfect person be like? I actually met Josh in school. We went to school together. We actually did not hang out in the same crowds of people. Nothing like that. I was actually car hopping at Sonic, which is where I worked for years, and I took out his order. He asked me out. I turned him down at first because I thought he was still dating somebody. Turns out that they had recently broken up. So we did go out. Um, it we dated for a few months and then we broke up for a little bit. I don't remember what happened, but before I had Courtney, we ended up getting back together and have been ever since. So, and even to answer the other part, even though I did answer how we met, he is the most influential person in my life. So, anyway, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Which 2 or 3 people do you tag to answer these questions? Please also tag me back so I can find your video easier. I think that I will go ahead and tag Diamond Painting with Mike and Diamond Painting it's Diamond Painting underscore with underscore TM. I think I will definitely put it in the description below. But anyway, okay. And then there are 2 more questions. What did you want to be when you were a kid, and what did you when you grew up? Well, that changed day to day. There wasn't really a certain thing that I wanted to be whenever I grew up, and it just changed day to day. One day it would be a vet, one day it'd be a doctor, one day. So I couldn't tell you one or the other. And the last one on here, if you could go anywhere, where would you like to visit? I would actually like to travel to all of the state parks in the United States. State and national parks. I would like to see all those. I would like to make a road trip, go camping, and just see all of the national and state parks. I would love to be able to do that. Anyway, that is all of the questions on here. I will definitely be putting the questions and the tags in the description below. So, anyway, that is all that I have for this particular coffee chat and whip. This is a short one, I know. I will try to do another one before the end of today as well, because I do have a few things to talk about and I want to try to get an unboxing done. If everything works out. Anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell so you know whenever I put out a video. And hope everyone has a good weekend. Everyone take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.